The start of the hike was okay so far. I got out of the apartment early around 6 a.m. The sun was just peeking through the mountains. Traffic was moderate out of town, but on the highway was empty. Mind you, it was awesome to get that open-air feeling while driving an empty highway. Nearing the parking lot of the trail, I noticed that I was the only one there. After all, it was a Tuesday. Most people here work on Tuesdays. Driving up to the front row of parking spaces, I shut off the truck, gauging the area and the weather around me. I started to unload the gear for the hike. So, FYI, I do love hiking, but this hike was for my YouTube channel to review items. I do this every so often on my channel, so I can create a catalog of good or bad gear. Like, should you buy this or not? Currently, the items aren't relevant. I finished gearing up and took stock of my location and headed out to the destination for the video. About an hour in the hike, I was about 1/8 of the way to the campsite. In 10 minutes, I was going to take a break and readjust my pack and get a breather in. Nearing the place I was going to take a break, I froze in mid-stride. Frozen like a statue, the earth beneath me started to shake violently. WTF and HEH ran through my head. I was on a semi-flat trail at the time. As soon as it came, it went. What the hell was going on? I checked my phone to see if there was any news about the earthquake. Pulled my phone from my front pocket. The phone wasn't turning on. I swore I just charged it on the way here. I set my backpack near a tree to pull my battery bank from backpack, realizing it's dead too. Oh no, I said, fumbling backwards, wiping my brow. I look around and try to see or hear anything. Nothing. Not even the birds were chirping. I checked my wristwatch. Yep, dead too. Fuck me sideways, I said, clearly not having any of it. The only reasonable conclusion was an EMP blast. But scary thing is, was it by a terrorist or a natural phenomenon? I don't know, so I gathered myself and my gear and scraped the hike. I wasn't too far from my truck. But if all my gear is dead, most likely my truck will be screwed too. Either way, I have better gear in the truck to trek back home with. It was surreal and uncanny the hike back to the truck was. Before the earthquake and everything frying out, I could hear the birds and the occasional rabbit scattering off. But now nothing. Dead silent. It was unnerving to say the least. Other than that, everything was normal. What seemed like forever, but I was nearing the parking lot. I finally got off the trail. I saw my truck. No cars or trucks in the parking lot but mine. Then it happened again, just like before, another shake of the earth, but less intense than before. I ran and hopped in the truck and tried to turn over the engine. I had to at least try to check. Yup, dead. I'm 40 miles away from home. It was going to be a 2-day trek on foot. I took the bag I had before and placed in the back and got out to take my bug-out bag from the back. I unhooked my rifle and checked it carefully. Slung the rifle on my shoulders. Went into the center console and got the extra ammo for the rifle and my sidearm. I was done gearing up and on the side of the highway. Before my watch fizzed out, it read 9 a.m. So it was nearing lunchtime and I had to plan a course on foot to home. While I was walking, I pulled out the local map of the area to plot a course. By my calculations, I'd reach home in 3 days, due to the road closure 20 miles up ahead that I pasted coming here. The obstruction on the road was road work, and they were diverting traffic to an adjacent road made of gravel. I'll keep recording this journal at night. I pulled out my low-profile ridge tent and set it up, getting ready to cook some MREs for the night. The wildlife came back to normal, so less creepy ASF. I want the wildlife to fill the air. It's my first line of defense. Most animals go silent when a big predator approaches in the area. Second, I have tinnitus, so the familiarity of the woods helps with it. As the food is cooking, I'm going to camouflage the tent. Finish the work. It was done very fast, but it got the job done. I'm in a tent now and the sun is now setting. The food is mid at best, but the calories are what I need right now. Not much to say right now. I'm going to get some sleep while I can. The earthquakes didn't happen again after the second one. Hopefully that was the last one I heard tonight. I live alone in my apartment, kind of. I have a roommate that's there 1/3 of the time at the apartment. His name is John. I hope he's okay. I really hope my family is okay, but I know they can hold their own ground. They live in the same state as me but live far away. At my apartment, I have a Faraday cage with a radio and extra batteries with other important electronics. I'll be able to reach my brother in Eugene. I'm getting sleepy, so I call it for the night. I woke up to a loud sound. Groggy and on edge, I grabbed my sidearm. I peeked out the slip of my tent wondering what the heck that was. B-O-O-M and the Desi stance thundering through the sky. Clearly far away from me, but loud enough to reach my ears. Now alert like I took a EpiPen to the dome. I duck my head back in the tent, still restless. Then I hear crackling like popcorn but sporadic spacing. Then it dawned on me, it's gunfire. My mind running a mile a minute. Oh God, what frick is going on? I get out of the tent carefully not to make too much noise. I look towards where the blast came from. It was north and the gunfire as well. Shit, I said out loud softly. That's where I'm going, my apartment is in that direction. Now wide awake and my gear on my back, I start my way back home if it's still there. Now not walking on the side of the road. I'm on the left side in the tree outcropping in case people come driving my way. The explosions and the gunfire are getting more frequent. I don't know what the hell is going on. Are we getting invaded? Are we in a civil war? I really hope not. I have to keep my wits about me. The walk is uneventful other than what seems like a full-bore war going on. I travel another 5 miles and getting tired very fast. The adrenaline now gone out of my body. I pull out my poncho from my bag and put it on. I found a very big tree with branches that reach to the ground. It makes a very good makeshift hideout for a rest. I set my bag next to the trunk. Finally, I can take a well-needed rest. My eyes close and I drift to sleep. I woken up to birds chirping and the sun shining bright through the tree foliage. Rub my eyes and look around. There's no more explosions and gunfire to be heard. Crank my head to the side to pop my neck and get up. Sling my backpack on my back and gather my rifle. It's going to be sunny for 2 weeks and no cloud cover. I might need to go deeper in the woods to follow the road. This past 18 hours has been a mindfuck. Getting to my place is a must, though it may be dangerous. I'm going to get some miles in right now, so I'll update this journal when I can. I'm near a stream collecting some water for later and getting some for now. I popped a water cleaner tab in my canteen and shaking it. Okay, I think it's done. Now the other tab goes in. The other tab is to make it taste better after chemically cleaning the water. This should hold me over till I get to the next camp. I've been mulling it over in my head what is happening in the towns or cities. I mean, people aren't happy right now with all the corruption in the government and the illegal invaders siphoning our taxpayers' money to terror networks. But still, this is crazy. Either way, I must book it to get to my apartment. I've been making good progress today. I looked at the map again and found a better route that follows a river, and I can make it tonight to my place. I have an energy bar and energy drink powder that I'm going to put in my canteen for an extra kick. I'll update when I get close. I'm about 2 miles away from my place and had to rest and jot down what the heck I just saw on my way here. When I was only 6 miles out, I saw smoke plumes over the horizon burning bright orange. The smell was as if you went to a dump and lit it on fire. For miles away now I see people on the ground. I cautiously approached them. They weren't moving at all. Then I saw huge puddles of blood. I got closer to them looking around to see if it was all clear. No one was near to the other people on the ground. They all looked like civilians, all of them. They were shot all in the back what seemed. Help me please, someone nearby said very faintly like it was all they could muster. I swing my head to my left and it was an old man what looked like he was in his 60s. I rush over pulling my IFK pouch from my bag as I kneel beside him. You're gonna be okay. Where are you hurt? I asked in a hushed tone. Stop, not me, Sonny. I'm too far gone, he said, hacking up what blood was. My daughter. She's in trouble. Hacking up more blood. She was with me, and they took her, the old man said while handing me a photo of her. Sir, I can help you. Tell me where you've been shot? I said as if I was pulling out the trauma shears. Damn it, boy, listen to me. I'm gonna die tonight. Find her for me and save her. She and a few other were spared from what happened here. I don't know why, said the old man more intense than before. They're coming back, said the old man, turn his head and equals to a pile that was smoldering. I followed his gaze. Oh God, no. What in the? I said as a wave of disgust riddled my body. You see? Her name is Sarah. They were talking about the CDC outpost, and she and the group she was with were taken there, the old man said as he grabbed my shoulder. Go now. He spoke. Okay, sir, I said, dumbfounded by this. I went across the street, went into a building, and it was empty. All of a sudden, I heard rumbling trucks. I took one last look at the old man and started to run home. The alleys did make good covers till I was near my apartment. As I was sneaking through the town, I gathered water bottles and food. Something was very wrong indeed. What is CDC here? Why was there a bunch of dead people on the street, and that pile, oh God, that pile, why? The 2 miles of weaving and gathering supplies seem it dragged out forever. Now I'm here 2 miles away from home. I don't really see anyone at all. It's not like I live downtown, but still I'd think I'd see a few people on my way home. I'm taking a break and making a game plan to get to my place. While I did that, I hid the gathered supplies and hid them under some brush. I also tucked my rifle in there too. I'm way faster with just a sidearm on me. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. I stuck to the walls and behind cars that were still on the street. Finally, I see my apartment building. I looked around and the coast was clear and I gunned for it. I slid in with ease of the entrance. I started to climb to the 3rd floor. Before I could go any further, I saw more bodies lying in blood. I squinted my eyes and I knew them. They were my downstairs neighbors. Fuck me, I said in terror, pulling my gaze back to the stairwell. I started climbing 2nd and the 3rd floor. Each fucking floor worse than the next. I made it home. My door was kicked in. My gun drawn, a creep to the threshold, peering in slightly. I checked to the left, then the right, and then I entered and shut the door softly. I was a 2-bedroom and 1 bathroom. I cleared the whole apartment. No one was there, and it didn't seem like anything was gone or stolen. I went in my bedroom and kicked the left side panel of my bed, and it was lifting. I have a bed safe that's been outfitted with a Faraday cage. It opens and I type in my code. I gather my SHDF gear that's in the safe. I grab the radio receiver and turn it on. Asterisk biz asterisk, the sound of feedback was coming in clear. I crank the channel to the SHDF channel. Whiskey Echo Sierra Tango 334B unit, do you copy? I called into the mic. While I was waiting for a response, I took my vest and put it on the bed. I took my old clothes off and put new clean clothes on. Grabbed the vest and donned it on me. Then I repeated the call again, no answer. I was getting worried fast. There's another backpack in the safe with more gear for longer bug-outs. The vest had extra first aid and magazines for my rifle and pistol. Grabbed the mic again to repeat another call, then I heard something coming through it. Whiskey Sierra Hotel Tango 334B unit, copy. When stars fall, over, it said on the radio. It was my brother, and we use stress phrases to test if we are in danger at gunpoint. Acknowledged B unit. The lake reads green. Over, I said to my brother, putting on last piece of gear I had. Bro, I'm so glad to hear from you, said my brother. Shit has really hit the fan. Over. What is your 10-4? My nest has been compromised. Over, I said. Copy that. Pride is den north of Eden. Over, my brother said. I'll get in range in a few hours. Go midnight. Over and out, I said, closing the comms.